according to our calculations, but do make it through. But if they do make it through into that round, then perhaps another 3 or 4 matches still to play before they can make the FIFA World Cup finals. But yeah, it's not all doom and gloom for Nigeria, isn't it?
Yeah, not at all. They can possibly end in that second.
Is a liability rule that holds the team responsible. That covers many different acts. Of the group standings, but they are back on track. There's still another 45 minutes to play here and out at a packed Uyo or Godzo Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, where Nigeria lead Benin by 2-0 thanks to a brace from Victor Osimhen, set up twice by one of the changes made for the match, Samuel Chukwueze, assists in the game. Nigeria still chasing qualification of their own in the event that South Africa slip up here in the second half, or going through the long route of players. So there have been some previous instances, and we'll go through some of them, of suspended players being fielded in World Cup qualifiers, and what has happened. In each instance, the team has been docked points and fined. So there was nothing new with what happened to South Africa. And the reason why Nigeria, their fan base at administration was so vehement, calls for South Africa to be sanctioned, is because the same thing happened to them in 2018 World Cup qualifying, although it didn't affect them. It was their final game against Algeria. It was a dead rubber. They already qualified for the next round, and Shehu Abdullahi, the big book twice, played in that match. FIFA actually ruled about
what did he do?
Not long afterwards, about a month. It took them only a month to dock Nigeria those points, but ultimately it was immaterial. And that, along with Jamal Mukwena's fielding, are the only 2 instances across 2,500 matches over the last 3 qualifying cycles where suspended players have been fielded by their nations, just to illustrate to you how rare it is.
I guess it's just one of those things, Grant, where it's accountability, but also, as you say, just holding associations or institutions accountable.
Yeah, they did try and appeal that, as other sides have in the past. They went to the FIFA Appeal Committee and to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, but FIFA reiterating that the compliance eligibility, it's the sole responsibility of the association. So even after the Court of Arbitration Sports ruling, they actually set a new precedent, which is why there was no recourse for South Africa to try and recover those 3 points. One of the most damaging instances actually back in 2014, where there were 3 teams that fielded ineligible players: Togo, Ethiopia. In the case of Ethiopia, Inyahil played against Botswana in the second round, and they forfeited that game. It actually helped South Africa and Botswana back into contention, but we failed to capitalize on that, so still advanced. Looked in here.
don't think that Aubrey has stood a chance, in terms of just firing that shot, sort of recycled. It's the confidence. I think South Africa looking much more in control, and maybe even defenders are going to start passing their chances.
To harp on too long about the suspension issues, but I thought it was worth pointing out one of the, I guess, the most devastating results of being docked 3 points, also in 2014. Cape Verde, who, by the way, have qualified from Group D. They'll be heading to the World Cup for the first time. We've seen them ascending up the African rankings over the years and doing well at AFCON. Back in 2014, Fernando Herrera match day 6 against Tunisia. Cape Verde got an unlikely 2-0 win there, and then that was overturned for a 3-0 win for Tunisia. So Cape Verde had 12 points. They went down to 9, and Tunisia, who had 11, went up to 14. So that's one of the instances where it really damaged the team's qualification hopes. Challenge Bizimana actually appears to be making way here. Oh no, it is Kuzera. So coming on. Played right back 6 times previously in the qualifiers. Right back was not nailed down by anyone in particular over the course of this campaign. Single delivery. Nigeria are 3-0 up in Uyo. So South Africa now really sitting pretty. It'll be a long way back for Benin. We don't anticipate that they would be able to overturn that particular deficit. I'm hearing that it's a hat-trick in West Africa. Oh. So, corner with Mr. Chuti. You weren't with us in the first half. We were talking about the press for yesterday. I expect to confirm that. So we believe he's managed the third.
Yep. Sending a very loud message. His previous campaigns have been good as excited. Now coming back with the people.
That's going to call us straight down into the challenge. There'll be another yellow card brandished here. This time for Guido. Right back today. Debut. Capable of playing both right back and centre back, which is last year.
Those could be really troublesome for goalkeepers because they usually catch them in the way.
For Nigeria in terms of the margin of victory now takes them third place up above Burkina Faso. Niger, the team dropping out. Now Burkina Faso on the bubble in danger of being overtaken by Team later on. Tricky dynamic African qualifying. Made more interesting by the fact that Eritrea's withdrawal saw the result against bottom place teams discounted. Massively that would circumcise as Ukraine goes for it. With range for the ball, Ukraine.
It does really well the way that it's tight, but just overcooking it. Because the key element is to really try and get the ball over the wall, but just in time, just get it good in time. Very uncharacteristic of him in this regard.
10 minutes into the second half, we're still holding a 2-goal advantage. Twice over the course of these qualifiers, they've netted 3 times, which is a 3-1 win over Zimbabwe. And actually, Moreno had goal from the first half of this game, scored twice, and also netted 3 against Lesotho, actually 7. Ronald Williams goes for it. Follow-up shot is wide of the mark in any case. Miles out was very close to scoring against Sweden in the previous qualifier. She's on. And what his results actually dipped somewhat under him. A few points connected since he took over. Which is plays forward all, but Rwanda re-established control here. That proved really troublesome down that right-hand flank.
I mean, as expected, in that midfield, very tough contest. Just the battle of the ball position, but also the wide areas. That's where Rwanda really like to operate.
Yeah, they've shut him down today.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to go up and down. That is Isha, but also even just the right back, Mio Mugabe. I thought those 2 players that quite enjoy seeing them burst up front and getting those much needed crosses.
Isha is one of the danger men for this Rwanda side. He made his debut back in March of 2023 and he's not missed a single match since then. He is his 23rd cap. He's scored 4 goals over that time. His winner against Zimbabwe last month was actually his first goal in 13 international outings. He scored 3 in his first 8. A lot of pace. Shorter members of the team. Also the points. Modiba. Slightly too heavy on that cross.
And I think overall we kind of enjoyed him as well, delivering on his crosses with sweet and foot. Hasn't really been operating that much in this game, but certainly disappointing kind of delivery because it just potentially has.
Just passes here really well with us in the corners. Chance to here. Lesotho, and his debut back in June in friendly against Tanzania, which he started, but this first start in a competitive match.
I think he's one of those defenders for South Africa that can be calm and controlling the ball. That's really complicates things.
Not the quickest either, but his positional sense is
Yes.
brilliant.
Positioning and timing, I suppose. But a very highly contested position as well. If you think about it, that centre back position, and he still calls out coming up race.
I did call up David Koloisani, who's been part of the final squad as well. It's gliding forward here. Steady continues up. Laying off to Moriba. Rescue it. Arsenal has had a chance for a second of the game.
Big chance indeed. And what a ball from Obi Madiba. Just cutting across. Beautiful ball. Cut back. Also the ball is just really totally missing that one.
I'm sure the curtains for Rwanda has Bafana been able to make it 3-0 here. Score off the first goal, but back to Ronald Williams. Another fairly significant milestone for Williams today is featuring his 16th World Cup qualifier as he has to sprint out of his box here to make the clearance. He actually goes level with Itumu Nkune, jointly the most appearances by a goalkeeper for South African FIFA World Cup qualifiers. They'll have to wait for the next qualifying cycle, of course, if he's still the number one by then, to break that particular record and be into his late 30s. Header from Rwanda. Get that right.
Good to see him surging a little bit forward.
Yeah.
And this was the run from Cosmopolis. Just admire his ability in terms of attacking space, making sure that he gets those angles and quickly runs into the box to take up the position.
Koza, who sits at chair the tournament of the Nations Championship for domestically based players. Deployed in the midfield, but he's played previously for the reserves of Mamelodi Sundowns, now with the senior team and doing tremendously well after his breakthrough last season. Swing it through excellently. It's ball from Kota, but still alive. So the touches of Yakuntwari.
I love how it is that there's almost there's a pattern on an identity in terms of how it is that South Africa go on their strength. You see the wide areas cut back for the late runs of the midfielders with Sipungulu at the top of the box. And that seems to be a promising.
Phenomenal challenge from Tabo Mokoena. Couldn't read it. Goal! It was really good shut down today. The first pass from Apollos was glorious.
are certainly enjoying that one, and the speed of the court, it's really just the weight of the fast once again.